The past few days, I haven't had very many sales on eBay, as in one sale a day. And then the last 24 hours, I got 7 eBay sales. So all of this here is eBay. Plus, I sold a DVD lot, a VeggieTales DVD lot. Plus, I sold this book on Amazon, Merchant Fulfilled. So I had 7 sales on eBay, 1 on Amazon, so 8 sales in the last 24 hours. And almost all of these came in, except for the Amazon sale, later in the day, later last night. So you just never know. It's really easy to get frustrated, whether it's with Amazon or whether it's with eBay, with not getting sales. But sometimes what happens is they'll come in bunches. So you might not have one for a while, like as in a day or close to a whole day. And then suddenly at the very end of the day, a bunch will come in, or in the middle of the night, a bunch will come in, or early in the morning. I find that happens a lot. Um, but the last couple of days have been slow for me on eBay. I don't know why. It is Friday, November 3rd, 2023. And since, let's see, essentially most of this week, it's been pretty slow on eBay for me. I don't know why. Again, the previous week was around the typical amount of sales that I get, which is close, about 4 to 5 sales a day. But this week's been slower. So hopefully this is a sign of a good weekend of sales. We will see. I will let you know. But I sold a variety of items. First of all, the Amazon sale. This book is Young and Tarot, sorry. So this is an interesting, unique book. I sold this for $49.99 on Amazon, so it was a nice sale. I had 2 bigger sales on Amazon yesterday, and this is just one of them. This was from a very large pickup, which was a majority, like 99% DVDs and some VHS tapes, but there was also a box of books in there as well. And this one I would look out for because it does go for good money, even though this one does have some highlighting and some underlining. It's still in good shape, good condition, and you can still sell those. Just make sure in the description box that you let people know that there's underlining, highlighting, and if there's anything else on the pages. If there's any notes in the margins, you can say margin notes or marginalia. Look it up, marginalia. And just make sure and put that in there. I would recommend doing that. People are less likely to read the description notes for Amazon than they are for eBay, but it's always good to protect yourself, or at least try to preempt somebody from buying something if they don't want it. A copy that has any sort of marks or highlighting or anything like that inside on the pages. So just keep that in mind. So that was a really nice sale on Amazon. I've been getting some good sales on Amazon in terms of more quantity and some higher priced items as well. I just listed about half a dozen more books and some audiobooks and a CD on Amazon. Again, I'm only doing Merchant Fulfilled. I'm not doing FBA. So you can definitely build a nice Amazon income just doing Merchant Fulfilled and not having to ship in boxes of inventory to an Amazon warehouse. I definitely would look into it. I would recommend doing that only when you start. I did not do that, FYI. I learned the hard way, but I would recommend doing that before sending in any sort of items FBA. And I just don't recommend doing FBA for books in general. There's just not very many out there unless you have a phenomenal source that has lots of textbooks, lots of high-priced books. Even so, I rarely come across, it's not what this video is about, but I rarely do come across books or CDs that are worth sending in FBA. And I know there's people still doing this, sending in books, sending in CDs, sending in DVDs, where the profit is $2, $3, $4, $5, and the price is going to fluctuate a lot. And what's going to end up happening is they're either going to sell that item for a very low profit. And I'm not talking about mega sellers that don't mind making $1 or $2 on FBA. I'm talking about smaller sellers, individual sellers that have a couple hundred in inventory, maybe even just 1,000, and they're sending in items where the profit is very low and the price can drop and just cut all that profit away. So keep that in mind. So these are all eBay sales, I've got these three over here that were free shipping. These are older items that I listed a while ago. And these three all include shipping. So let's see. This one is from a Gaylord from quite a while ago. So this took some time. A CD. It is, I sold it for $18.99. Free shipping. Widespread Panic. That's the name of it. That's the name of this group. Yeah, so $18.99, free shipping. That's a nice sale. This one, I like to say dislodge these from my old inventory, but I like to just get rid of older stuff as much as I can. It's just kind of, as you add new stuff, some stuff will sell right away, some won't, and some of it sits for quite a while for a variety of reasons, and you just want to move it. So that was good, $18.99. This one sold for $13. I've had this for quite a while. This is another Gaylord. It came from a different Gaylord. Gilbert and Sullivan, Ohio Light Opera, Utopia Limited, multi-CD pack, $13. This one sold for $19.24, free shipping. So this one is actually missing a disc, which I put in the title and the description so people know. You can sell items that are missing discs as long as you let people know. Definitely put it in the title. I would put it in all caps. Disc 3 missing, or DVD disc missing, CD missing, etc. And then put it in the description as well, making sure people see it, because you don't want to have to get a return based on that. Now these sold. This is older. These are all including shipping. This is $16.99 plus shipping. This is an older book, really cool kids book called Puff. Let's see. Oops. This is from 1960, as you can see there. So a fun vintage kids book. Yes, vintage kids books do sell well. 1960. That is 63 years ago. So this is quite an old book in great condition. I don't know where it came from. It's more than likely a donation, but I'm not sure because I didn't write it on the post-it. But I would keep your eyes open for vintage books. Now, vintage kids books, of course, like everything else, not all of them are worth reselling. This was not a high profit item, and it took quite a while to sell. But look out for some of them, especially if they're first edition, first printing, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people like to collect these as well as buy them for their kids to look through books that they used to look through when they were kids. This is Ray Charles, Gospel Christmas. So Christmas is around the corner. That kind of stuff is selling. This sold for $6.99 plus shipping. This was actually something I listed more recently. I got this in a local buy back in June 10th. It was amongst a bunch of other CDs that I paid $50 for. I've already made my money back. So all of the stuff I sell in there is profit. I think I've been in the profit for a while on that one, but this took about 4 months to sell. Not a high-priced item, but it is Christmas around the corner, so it's that kind of stuff is going to start selling. This is a really cool CD that came from a donation. The Curse of the Cat People, really cool artwork. Original soundtrack. Recordings 1942, 1949. This sold for $24 plus shipping. I took an offer. On this one. I had it listed for $28.99. I'm not sure when I listed this one, but it's been a little while. These kind of older soundtracks that have this cool old artwork, if you see them, if you are sourcing out at thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, library book sales, that kind of thing, if you are out there not doing bulk but just cherry picking, look for this kind of older movie soundtracks, because these can go potentially for some really good money, and you know that they're older by the lettering, the text, the old artwork. It's just really cool looking. They will often have all kinds of cool artwork in here of the old posters and drawings and illustrations and whatnot. Again, like everything else, not all of them are worth money, so you're going to have to look them up and make sure that the particular one that you have found is worth it. What I would say is be patient in general when it comes to selling on eBay and Amazon. Keep listing quality items that there's a demand for, but also knowing that long tail is a good business to be in, because if it's an item going for $30 or more, 40, 50, etc., and it takes over 6 months, I would consider something a long tail that takes over 6 months. Between 3 and 6 months is kind of in the middle for me. It's a good amount of time, but it's not so long for media. But over 6 months, then that's definitely a long time to sell something, to flip something. So that's more long tail. So if that's an item that's only selling for $10, $15, even $20, is it really worth it? So I would tend to, after you get past 3 months, getting closer to 6 months, and items that are going for less than $30 that haven't sold yet, so I would say $20 and under at least, then you might consider just doing a promotion, slashing the prices, doing 30% off, 40% off, 50% off to try to move that stuff. So that's what I'm going to do, with being more aggressive with that as items start to age and they're not selling, especially lower profit items. But again, I'm trying to mostly put in items that are going for 30 or more in my eBay store, unless it's something that looks like it can sell a little bit faster based on the certain pieces of information that I find doing research. Because I want to sell most of my items within 90 days, but of course that just doesn't happen for a lot of reasons. Doesn't matter how much information you have in your head, how much experience you have. I guarantee you, even the seller has been selling for 25 years that turns over most of their stuff. It's always most, not all of it. There's always going to be something there after 90 days that they haven't sold, and they've got to run a sale. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there, or they just pull it out of the store. So you can either pull the item out of the store and just get rid of it, or you can run some promotions and see if you can move it more quickly. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.